Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be talking about how you can hire great people into your business. My name's Charlie, I've been running my sports coaching business for just over 4 years. I've got a team of over 50 people. Now bringing that many people into the business, obviously I've seen a lot of people come in, I've seen a lot of people go, but I've made lots of mistakes, I've learned a lot of things, so hopefully in today's video I can pass on some of my knowledge so that you guys don't have to make the same mistake that I did. Now before we get started, my number one tip is to make sure that you're always respectful and fair to everybody who comes into your business. Because if you're not, it comes back to bite you a few years later. So what are my tips for getting great people into your business? Well, the first one is having great jobs available. Great people always want to go and work somewhere where the job is fantastic, right? And for a small business, they're only going to come to you if you've got good customers, giving you good work, good number of hours, so that you can raise the pay up for people within who want to come into your business. And off the back of that as well is about having progression. So a lot of people come into my business knowing that we're a fast growing business, and as we grow, obviously I can't manage everything, so I have to pass responsibilities on to people, and with more responsibilities comes more pay. So when people can see that within a business, it makes a big difference. If your business looks a little bit stale, like the growth has slowed down, it might put some people off. Some people are more than happy just coming into work and just getting the job done and going, and they're not necessarily thinking about that career progression, but a lot of people will want that, and you need to make sure that your business offers it. Next up is to pay fairly. Okay, just because your competitor pays X doesn't mean that you have to pay X for the same role as well. Okay, look, one thing I've learned throughout my last 4 years is that whenever you feel like you're maybe slightly underpaying someone, which is great because you feel like, oh yeah, I'm making loads of money, is that you probably are underpaying them, and they are thinking that as well. So I would always recommend, whenever you feel like that, pulling them in for a meeting, give them a pay rise. Okay? Because if you don't do it, they will ask for the meeting, and then that never comes across as well as when you preempt it and you come in there first with the pay rise. As well as that, on your job adverts, just really thinking about how much, whether you're putting the salary on the job description. A lot of people don't put it. They say like competitive salary, but that's potentially putting people off of coming to work for you, because just because it's competitive, you don't know what they're on already. So how do you know it's competitive? And it's really important that you don't put people off, because they might look at your business and be like, they wouldn't be able to offer a competitive salary to what I've got, so they don't bother applying. Whereas if you've got a job advert out with X salary, people know if it's worth them applying or not. So I'd really recommend you doing that. I think today's day and age, a lot of it's all like the modern thing to do now is actually to just go out there and just say how much the role is paid. My next point is something that's really helped me over the last 4 years is having a great online presence. The amount of people that I'll speak to, and between that sort of initial 5-minute phone call and having an interview or a practical interview, they would have gone out, they would have checked our website out, they would have looked through the website. And when they look through a website which looks like it's been updated this week, it's fresh, you've got recent reviews, you've got Instagram adverts out there, and that whole online presence looks good. People, respect that in the business, and they can see that, it's a business which is moving forwards, and people want to work for a business which looks good. So making sure you think about your online presence, and so that it doesn't put people off. So my next point is a really important one and something that I made a mistake on so many times when I first started the business. And that's actually on when you are recruiting for somebody, and you're recruiting for someone maybe Monday to Friday, but you come across a really good person who can only do Monday to Thursday. And because it doesn't fit exactly what you're doing, you sort of like push them to the side or don't give them that priority. And then by the time you realize actually they would have been way better, is you've already put them off, So I would always encourage you to be really flexible with the jobs you've got out there, and encourage people, even if they, doesn't fit exactly what you need, encourage people to put their CV forward, can have a chat with them, because you never know, you might be able to make something work, and it works for both them and yourself. And so it's being flexible, being adaptable is really important when you're recruiting for really good people. My next point is all about how you're going to get as many people into your funnel as possible. I call it a funnel. Like you have everybody who sends their CV into your business, okay, regarding your role that you've got out there. Now, if you've only got your role out there on one website, and you're all putting all your eggs in one basket, and you only get like 2 or 3 people apply, it's quite hard, to then bring that into your maybes and then your definites. You know, before you know it, you quite easily not have anybody who's any good. You know, so you want to bring in lots of good people applying for the role, lots of CVs, and from there you can then think about, right, who is worth moving forward to the next stage, who's worth offering a role to, and the more people you can bring into your job adverts, the better, really. So you need to be thinking about where you're advertising, not just on Indeed, not just on Facebook or LinkedIn. It's got to be everywhere. There's so many different places you can put your job adverts. So it's really important you get them out there, because you never know where the right person is looking, you know, so you've got to be everywhere because you don't know where you're going to find them. And my next point is something that I see people make this mistake quite often, and it's almost like where the employer feels like it's all their decision, like they get to pick because they're the employer. It's really not the case. You know, that employee or that applicant is not just looking at your business. Chances are they're looking at a number of other businesses as well. And it's not your choice, it's the candidate's choice. And you need to be selling your business as much as possible to make sure that person wants to come and work for you over a competitor. So listening to them, you know, just fundamental relationship skills, communication skills, you know, being really respectful, being really professional in every communication that you have with them makes a big difference on where they decide to work in the long term. And my final point, which has helped me a number of times throughout my business, is to always be on the lookout. And by that, I mean, although you might not have a job advert out or because the right CV hasn't come in, it doesn't mean that when you're in the gym, for example, with myself, and you see someone the other side of the gym who looks like a sports coach, so I go over to him, ask if he wants a job, he says yes, and you can put something together, and before you know it, he's a senior manager in the business. If I had put that role out on Indeed or on a recruitment website, I probably wouldn't have had that person apply because he wasn't looking for a job, you know. But by doing stuff like that, and I've done so many different things like that throughout the time running my business, and it really helps. You know, every interaction that you have, you can always be selling your business and be thinking about people further down the line, even if they don't want to roll right there and then. You know, you then planted a seed in their mind. They're thinking about it there. It's a really important thing that you can do. And, you know, you can do that online as well. Like, it doesn't have to be in person. You know, you might be on LinkedIn and someone's talking about a similar thing within your industry. You can just drop them a little message, see if they're open to work and all that sort of stuff at the moment. So there's so many things you can do. Be professional with it, be, you know, respectful, but it's a really important thing to not just rely on just one type of marketing campaign online to get people into your business. Right? So that's been a big tip for me. It's helped me get some really good people into my business. And before I wrap up, I just want to say about, like, when you have people come into your business, you thought they were really good, they come into your business, and then day 1, day 2, day 3, you realize, okay, this person isn't the right person for my business. Now, at that point, it's a really hard decision, and the weaker business owners, the weaker leaders among us will let that person stay in the business for a long period of time. And I've done this so many times where the wrong person's been in the business, and because I'm worried that I wouldn't be able to cover their work or something like that, I just let them just stay in the business, and they're not doing a good enough job. And, you know, you can spend time mentoring them. That's one route to go. Or you go down the route saying, actually, it's not the right thing for me. And no, you hear it online, like, you know, hire slow and fire fast. You know, be careful, take your time to think about who's going to come into the business. If someone's in the business and they're the wrong person, they're going to bring other people's work down as well and bring your reputation down. It's not worth having them in the business. And you need to be brave, you need to be strong, you need to get rid of them as soon as possible. So, yeah, hopefully that's helped you in today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please give us a like, please comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.